Reality of Wrestling fans, to our first ever Reality of Wrestling report, presented by HWT Network. You can find us on Twitter at HWT Podcast. We are your host. I am Jacob Harrell.
And I'm Jonathan Harrell.
And this is the September 19th edition of Reality of Wrestling report. We're covering the Reality of Wrestling episode September 13th, and we are your one-stop podcast for all things Reality of Wrestling. We are a post-show and a pre-show all in one with some special guests along the way. So let's get started on September 13th episode of Reality of Wrestling.
Previously on Reality of Wrestling.
We had our first match between Inferno Tiger and Jared Steele. Now, before the match started, Matt Topolsky had some comments about Steele.
The pressures of performing in the reality of wrestling at a high level, which is what is required of every athlete here, may very well be getting to Jared Steele. We have seen a different Jared Steele than we've ever seen before. And quite frankly, I don't think he should be proud of himself.
It was a great match between the two competitors. Jared Steele, though, seemed to lose control, put his hands on the officials, hit the official, and then he kept kneeing Inferno Tiger in the corner. Obviously, he had a 5 count, and he refused to hit that 5 count or let go at the 5 count and was disqualified.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can't continue to do that. I don't know what he is thinking, what he's going through right now, but, the ref did the right thing of DQing him.
Well, I don't know if it's the right thing. He should have gave him more of a warning. It didn't seem like he gave him too much of a warning there.
He counts to 5. That's your warning. But regardless, after the match, Stevie Ray came out and he had a talk with Jared Steele.
Steele, I want to offer you a contract to sign with Stevie Ray Incorporated. And let me take you that one step beyond from where you are right now, baby. And I promise you, in reality of wrestling, you will be the man.
Jared Steele shakes hands with Stevie Ray and joins the Stevie Ray Incorporated. Look out, Reality of Wrestling. Another big name joined Stevie Ray's group. It seems like Stevie Ray's on fire lately.
I agree with you. We'll definitely have to look out, and everybody will probably have to watch their back. You never know. Now, moving on to the next match of the evening, we had Andrew Abel Jackson with his security guards, of course, taking on Thunder Jet.
Now, Jonathan, did you know that Thunder Jet, actually his ancestors freed the slaves? And I quote you on this, it was at the Alamo, and he quoted the Emancipation Declaration as his citation for that. That's an amazing feat that I did not know Thunder Jet's ancestors did.
Yeah. Now, Jackson, he gave a lot of compliments to Thunder Jet, and he definitely came out fighting, and even took out the whole Secret Service in the process.
Yeah, and Jackson, the smart man that he is, he took advantage of the situation. He gently put him against the ring pole there and threw him in the ring, and he did his signature move, his swing vote, and took the easy 1, 2, 3 victory.
I don't know if that was, an easy, gently, up against the pole there, but it kind of got out of hand, and there's always a numbers game when it comes to Andrew Abel Jackson. But after the match, he got on the mic once again. It seems like we can't see him not on the mic, but he came out and had some words actually about wanting the GM position. So let's hear what he had to say.
This is proof positive. And you need, dare I say, deserve Abel Andrew Jackson, the face of Reality of Wrestling, as your next general manager. So remember, Vote early. Vote often. Vote able.
Remember, fans, vote early, vote often, vote able for GM. Let's impeach Sharmell.
I don't know about the impeaching, but at least we have something to actually vote for. You know what you're voting for now for Jackson. It's just not vote for me and nothing else. But we also got to see him and Kid Ransom sharing some words as well after the match. So we'll have to look to see, maybe in the future we might see something going on there.
Yeah, the only thing going on there is Kid Ransom is sad and depressed over the fact he can't wrestle anymore, and he's just jealous that Jackson's getting all the spotlight.
Now, the final match for the evening in the main event was our champion, Mysterious Q, putting up his belt against the challenger, Sergey Volkov.
Now, they had a surprise appearance by one Carlito, and it was announced during the match that he was in the building. We don't know any more details other than that, but we did know Carlito was watching this match.
And I don't know what Carlito's doing. You know, you come out in Summer of Champions, you kind of stand there, and then are you buying a ticket? You just bought a special ticket where you can stand on the entrance and just kind of watch the match, or are you going to actually get in and do something?
See, the problem is you're not cool, and if you understand the art of being cool, that's what Carlito is. He's just scouting. He's just waiting for his time maybe to go after the championship.
Well, needless to say, Sergey came out with the whole Team International, and so they always numbers games with them, and kind of a backstory for the match. Sergey actually lost his television title previously to Mysterious Q, so it's definitely, wanting him to kind of take the title back.
It was a good match overall. They both started out strong. Volcroft actually spit in the face of the champion. Luckily, though, he's wearing a mask, so there's nothing wrong with that. Q angrily German suplex Volcroft, and then he does a flip, complete 360 over the ropes, and attacks, for some reason, I don't know why, the whole team of International besides X.
So, which I don't blame them. Somebody needs to take them out every time they come out to the ring. Teach them a lesson. Maybe they'll stay back in the locker rooms. Now, Q ended up getting back into the ring and eventually hits his giant 455 finishing move. But I can't give the justice that it needs. And so let's head to Matt and Brad to actually hear how it went down.
Oh! And now Q going to the top. He's a 455 away from retaining.
455 ready to get
he
live.
Got him. Cover 1, 2. That's Q. That's your champion.
Mysterious Q retains his title, but for some reason I still can't get over why he had to take a cheap shot at Team International. We'll see how they react to that cheap shot later on.
Now, somebody that's been familiar with Team International as of lately, well, we're glad to have Bryan Keith on the show. He is on probably the hottest streak right now for Reality of Wrestling. Bryan, how's it going?
Man, couldn't be feeling better, man. Like you said, I'm on the streak. I mean, for a guy that's not used to winning, I mean, I can't feel nothing better than, amazement, excitement, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're just tearing apart Team International right now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, quickest kicks in the South, and they definitely learning about it, that's for sure. Ever since I first started there, I had problems with them, so I'm putting them to rest.
Now, do you think that they're just playing with you? Because it seems like they wanted to. They could squash you kind of like a bug, if you ask me.
They brought the numbers before. No matter what match they've made it, I brought the fight. So, I'm going to keep pushing, no matter who they bring at me. If they're playing or not, I know I'm for real. So, hey, the results are going to show out.
That's the thing. What a bunch of cowards that they got to bring numbers every time they come down to the ring. And here you are, taking one-on-one, you've got no problem. So I understand them having to go the low way and just bring the numbers to try to offset the scales.
Hey, definitely, man. Hey, I came into this world alone. I'll fight alone, that's for sure, and I ain't tripping on that.
See, and that's what. See, to me though, why don't you bring the numbers? Why don't you start your own group? I just can't see, why do you have to be the Lone Ranger?
There's been times, don't get me wrong. I've had some definitely good teams. I teamed up with Jonathan Gresham and the Summer of Champions pay-per-view, still up $4.99. I mean, that was a great outing. What better opponent? I mean, what better teammate to have than Jonathan Gresham? But still, even then, the numbers decided the ending factor. X came through, hit me with the spear on the outside, and Gresham was in there all by himself. So they got the numbers game down packed, man. They know what's up when it comes to that.
Well, Bryan, we look forward, at least I look forward to seeing you continue this winning streak. And I personally, I don't understand why you're not in this bracket that they've got going on right now. How you kind of got left out of that, but because I could easily see you moving to the top for the belt.
I definitely want to. That's for sure. I mean, that's one thing I'm gunning for, man. If I'm not going to be a champion in this, then what am I in it for? It's definitely something I'm setting my eyes on.
All right, Bryan. Well, we appreciate you being on the show, and we can't wait to talk to you again.
All right, man. Definitely. You guys stay safe, man.
Man, Bryan Keith, what a great guy. I'm glad he was able to stop in and just give us an update on what he's got going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when Team International actually tries and competes with them.
Now, we personally can't wait for the upcoming show. You can watch that on the Cube if you live in the Houston area, or nationally on the Soul of the South. So check your local listings for that. Or if you can't find that, you can always watch it on Wednesdays on Reality of Wrestling's YouTube official page. But some of the storylines we got going on, Jacob, Stevie Ray and Jared Steele, kind of like what we talked about earlier, and even the Bryan Keith and what's next with Team International.
Mm-hmm. We also have the upcoming TV title finale, what will happen with that. The Diamonds division, we have the Cinema and the Princess Miranda. What's going on with them? Are they still friends? Are they still partners? What's going on with them? And who's our big finale that we have?
Well, it's always the guy that is obviously never in the matches, and so that'd be Carlito. When will we get to see him? Maybe on this upcoming episode of Reality of Wrestling, so y'all definitely have to make sure you tune in and check that out.
All right, so what's the Jonathan storyline to look forward to out of these 5?
I'm excited for the Let's Go TV title. We're down there to the very end of the bracket. We've worked through this tournament. Who is going to be able to walk out with the belt? What do you got, Jacob?
For me, I would love to see. I'm a Diamonds division guy. I like some girls. The Princess, I think she's a future champion. But for me, I'll have to say Stevie Ray and Jared Steele. That's a dangerous combination, and that's going to make a lot of money for Booker T.
Well, make sure you, like we said, follow us, HWT Podcast, on Twitter, at Facebook, at YouTube, and hear our pre-show, post-show, everything you need, Reality of Wrestling, next week on Friday. And make sure you catch the upcoming episode as well.
Be sure to check out realityofwrestling.com to find all the upcoming events, videos, any information you need to know about Reality of Wrestling. Check out their Twitter account at @theofficialrow, ROW. They have upcoming events at October 11th, Clear Lake, Texas, the Clear Lake Sports and Recreational Complex. Go see them live. Remember, keep watching the flagship of Texas Wrestling. Keep listening and watching us to get all the news and updates of upcoming shows. Thank you. Good night.